Alright, hey, hi everybody, this is Pika here, and I might sound different because I am using a headset mic. I tweeted about it, and unfortunately I'm trying to configure shit with it, but unfortunately I'm never going to find out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing until stuff happens. So, unfortunately you're going to hear static until I configure shit, so... I'm also trying to record speaker audio, as you can see here. So yeah. Alright, so basically what happened last time is that we... What is it? We had sex with Lily. I don't want to pronounce half of this because it's so dirty, but still, what a great way to test out my audio, right? So let's just get started. I'm scared. Oh yeah, our thing is Shintaro and Konoha. Alright. Submerged deep in the hot water, I let out a drawn out sigh escape. Wait, what? Okay. Submerged deep in the hot water, I let a drawn out sigh escape my lips. The feeling of seemingly every muscle in my body relaxing is euphoric. I have no idea how long it's been since I had a genuine hot bath, but right now I can hardly be bothered trying to remember. Fucking hell, there's hair. Excuse me for a minute. Oh, fuck. There's hair. This is what happens. I have to... Maybe I'm giving the simple fact that for once I get to have a real bath more credit than it's due. The chance to just calm down, allow myself to unwind and have some time to myself is a welcome one. Hanukkah, Lily, and I wandered about outside, exploring the extent of the surprisingly large tract of land surrounding the house. Then we spent the majority of the afternoon resting, watching television, reading, and playing cards. It may not have been the most exciting finale to the trip, but such tranquil peacefulness is something to savor. Even after we return to the school tomorrow, I think I'll remember this little house in Hokkaido for a long time. It's a pity we only have a couple more hours to spend here before going to get the train back. All I can do is yawn contentedly while I watch the steam slowly rising from the clear water's placid surface, my eyes eventually locking onto the ceiling. Excuse me, I'm sorry to keep bringing up my thing audio, but we all know how things can get, right? Our exams are imminent. I've barely studied at all for them. On top of that, I don't even know what I'll do after graduation. Passing exams is all well and good, but to what end? Also, now of all times, I'm getting into a relationship. That's true. What the hell am I doing? ... I guess I shouldn't think like that. What's done is done, and maybe this could be viewed as just another aspect of my new life that I'm working on. Actually, I should post the... When did you multiply? I enjoy being with Lily, and there's more to life than school and a career, after all. As I busily attempt to rationalize all that's happened, I hear a series of raps on the door. I pick myself up and sit upright, trying to figure out the source. 3, no more and no less. Light yet assertive in their tapping, and timed regularly enough to tune a metronome. I'd be extremely surprised if it wasn't Lily. Oh god. May I come in? Yeah, it's Lily. I'm still in the bath, I'll be out in a sec. I know. Oh. Oh. The voice coming from the other side of the door freezes me. After a second's thought, I rest on the side of the bath and let my arms dangle over the side. Despite trying my best to play it off, I can't help letting my mind wander. Sure, come in. Okay, she's dressed. With that, she opens the door, slowly walking into the room and closing it behind her. She looks oddly calm, countering my racing heart. Fucking dogs. Hey, Lily. What the fuck? Do you mind if I take a bath with you? I don't mind. Go ahead. Oh god. Oh god. The dogs are barking. Shit! That's not what I wanted! Stupid misclicks! Come on, Pika. You can't let this happen. With a small nudge, she begins to lift her sweater off her shoulders, burying her chest little by little. I could do that for you if you'd like. Refused. What? Why? Excuse me while I open the drink. Oh, I forgot to do it before I recorded. Her face shows she's still not overly comfortable with letting me attend to her. I can't say I blame her. She continues undressing, her shirt and skirt falling to the floor and leaving her in her white lace bra and panties. Eventually she stands bare in the center of the room. Oh, okay. Compared to the last time, it's a lot easier to take in her entire figure. It's a wonderful sight. Oh god, did I lock the door? Okay, I did. Phew. I'm sorry if you can hear like slight ch-ch. It's because like the headset like is like so far away from my mouth so that, you know, I don't sound as loud. But it's brushing my shoulder instead. Let me lift it up. There we go. His sound? I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry for laughing. You're thinking perverted thoughts, aren't you? Oh, God. Give me a break. You're undressing in front of me. Don't blame me if I'm freaking erected down there. She furrows her brow in thought. I guess this would be somewhat more erotic for you than me. Why? Ah. She gives a small, light-hearted chuckle, which seems to settle her nerves a little. If this is too much for you, Sal, I can come back later. No, this is fine. I'm just a bit... well... You're really beautiful, you know. I can't help laughing. My earnest comment draws a vivid red blush from Lily. Sal. I give a small grin. She's cute when she's taken off guard. In any case, may I come in? Sure. I lean forward and take her soft hands in mine, helping her over the side of the bath. She feels at the side of the bathtub and slowly lowers herself in, my breath catching when she sits and leans her back onto my front, her legs inside mine. I'd expected her to sit at the other end. I'm sorry if you hear my mother. Okay, I was gonna say, if this CG's not that bad. But nope, there's nipple. Letting out a long breath to calm myself, I rest my arms on the sides of the bath as I struggle to control my urges. Far from missing the sight of her assets, the feeling of her body against mine is surprisingly relaxing. If Lily's so sensitive to touch, it must be all the more so for her. You run your baths quite hot, don't you? A bit. Do you want me to run some cold water to cool it down a bit? She gives a small shake of her head. God damn it. I am sorry. No, this is fine. Okay. Okay. It's hard because I'm not used to these words coming out of my mouth in a different tone. The conversation comes to an abrupt end, silence taking over. A very long and very awkward silence. Maybe this was a bit too... Don't worry, it's okay. The situation only becomes even more awkward. As if to distract myself, Lily runs her free hand over her legs while holding one over her breasts for modesty. Trust me, you have nothing to hide. I sit idly, watching the wall ahead of me in the rising steam, every now and again stealing a glimpse at her body. The white of her skin glistens as she keeps sliding her hand over her legs, their length and tone all the more obvious. You know, compared to Akira, you look a lot more foreign. I took after my mother's side genetically. Akira took after my father's more. I guess that makes sense. How on earth did a native Scot and a Japanese businessman meet anyway? My mother was a journalist. She met my father while he was at a conference in Inverness. Ah, I see. Taken after your... you could stop! No, multiplying! Taken after your Scottish side would also explain your height, I suppose. I look back down at her, she nods, and sigh at the ridiculousness of the situation. This really is too much, isn't it? You're enjoying it, though, aren't you? In some ways, yes. I guess things turned out okay in the end. Everything's settled down. Hanako took our relationship well, and we'll be going back to school tomorrow. Indeed. It's a shame to be going back so soon, but we'll still have our memories of this place. Memories, huh? I suppose so. We'll have to see how everything goes once we get back, but for now, I'm just glad you like me. I've been winding myself up for weeks about that, so I'm thankful for things turning out like this. She nods, leaning into me as we share the warmth of our bodies. We're in the bath! Isn't there enough hot water? I'm not sure whether she'll be okay with it or not, but my temptation rapidly begins to get the better of my self-restraint. Hey, Lily? Yes? How was it? Last night, that is. Oh, jeez. How did we perform? She pauses in thought before looking down slightly. A delicate smile finds its way onto her lips as she blushes, her body becoming more relaxed. It's more than enough to answer the question. Even as I give a small nod in response, thoughts of last night run through my mind. Considering the situation, I don't really think anyone blamed me. Sal, your heart's beating. Her voice is cut off as I... Oh, God. Her voice is cut off as I delicately place a hand on her thigh. While I had resisted before, the memory of our first time is enough to make me give in. Oh my God, dude, really? She let her body lean into mine without a word of protest, an invitation I'd be hard to ignore. I place a small kiss on her neck to accept, before slowly moving my hand over her smooth legs. Oh God. Sal, please. Even as she says it, her mouth curls upward into a smile, her tone caught between embarrassment and awkward giggling. Oh God. What the fuck is this? Eventually she takes one of my hands in hers, guiding it to her right breast. I greatly appreciate the tentative guidance she's willing to give me. Please don't grab it. Okay, that's probably inevitable. As all sense of tension in her body give way, I continue to take in the feeling of her soft skin, redoubled as my other hand slips between her legs. Oh my God, really? I wonder if the feeling of my hands on her is exaggerated by her lack of sight, since her other senses are so finely tuned. She does seem to be enjoying it to a surprising extent after all. It gives me a somewhat odd feeling, but a pleasurable one. Oh God. It only takes a few minutes before her body starts to squirm ever so slightly. Her efforts to stifle her moaning becoming visible as she purses her lips. Her light-hearted whisper protestations become noticeably more quiet. This makes me... Oh, God. This makes me realize that all her squirming against my body has made me increasingly excited as well. Lily... Oh, God. Okay, we're back to that. I withdraw my hands to give her adult senses time to respond. Nodding, she shakily stands and offers her hands to me to lead her out of the cramped bathtub. Oh God, now we're outside. Although with this, I don't know if this will be considered inappropriate. I'm still gonna censor it regardless. She maneuvers herself out of the bath as I do, our hands holding each other's. Eventually I sit beside the bathtub, the two of us fussing around a little until we get comfortable. With a small gasp, desperately constrained to avoid being audible outside, she lowers herself onto me once again. The way she moves makes it obvious that she must still be on the verge of a climax. My God, how long were we in the bathtub for? Before she started reaching it. She slowly starts to move her hips up and down, her tongue finding mine as she holds my face upwards. I realize just how much pleasure in her has excited me. Oh God, we're gonna... I'm not saying that, I just refuse. Despite her clouded eyes being shut, her tightening grip on my shoulders show that she's nearing the end of her endurance. As our breathing becomes more and more ragged, I rapidly feel my limit approaching as well. A series of harsh breaths is the only warning before a final gasp of ecstasy, her entire body tensing and her fingernails digging into my shoulders. That word! Why does it have to be in there? My loins hit hers, both of us frozen against each other in climax. Now we're seeing Nirvana. And we're still... God, I can't censor shit, can I? In a few precious seconds, it's all over. Lily's slumping forward onto me as I try to regain myself. That was good. She takes a gulp of air before replying, steadying herself as she nods. Nope. She bows her head down to give me a small kiss, my hand reaching up to hold strands of her disheveled hair as we once again sit in blissful silence. God fucking damn it. Why? Da 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 da. Oh, it's nighttime. After a chaotic dash to the station, finding our seats in the otherwise deserted carriage, we promptly crashed. Looking at the time, close to midnight, it's a little surprised that few take this particular train. Hanako is fast asleep on Lily's shoulder, and I can only barely muster the energy to stay awake. The excitement we had a while ago probably didn't help. I'd probably be pretty depressed about going back to school if my brain was actually working. As it is, though, the sight of the nighttime scenery was scrolling by surprisingly beautiful. My loud yawn is nearly wholly drowned out by the clacking of the train tracks and the old carriages rattling. So tired. And whose fault is that, Hisao? She really does toe the line between insulting and amusing sometimes, though I managed to wring out a weary smile. I look back out the window, my reflection just visible in the clear pane. Truth be told, she's perfectly correct. If it weren't for that little interlude a few hours ago, both of us would have a lot more energy. On top of that, we both had to take another bath, very nearly making us late for the train's departure. Yeah, it was mine. Still, getting into a bath with a guy is a dangerous thing to do. Evidently. Sorry, I guess I kind of took advantage of the situation back there. Yeah, she's blushing. Well, I didn't exactly hate it. As she trails off, I look back at her. My eyes narrow as I see her slightly reddened cheeks and small grin, her mind obviously elsewhere. Say it. I knew the possibility of it happening was there. I knew it. You're just as dirty-minded as I am. She quickly coughs into her free hand, making her disapproval crystal clear. She's like me. That's a rather crude way of putting it. Oh, and you would suggest? I merely have a healthy adolescent sex drive. What? So in other words, dirty-minded. Almost seeming to sense the moment, Hanako mumbles quietly. She furrows her brow in Lily's lap. Lily's look of disapproval melts away. She gently smiles and strokes her hand on Hanako's long, dark hair. All I can do is watch. Watch and smile. If someone were to ask me when I fell in love with her, I wouldn't be able to answer. The best I'd be able to come up with is it just happened at some point, but I didn't realize it. If someone were to ask me why I love her, though, then I can answer much more easily. You really love Hanako, don't you? She gives a deep nod, smiling warmly. Fuck me. It's a pity we have to return to school. She seemed to relax so much while we were all away. Okay, I gotta check my phone. I just realized it's only 11. I thought it was noon. Fuck, where are pictures? Trying to find everything. Talk about Hanako. Okay. I wouldn't worry. Hanako's been gaining confidence thanks to you, at least for as long as I've known you two. She gives a self-deprecating sigh. I think I merely provided her with company and support. Since she came to know you, she's opened up much more, even to me. I get the feeling she's understating her influence on Hanako, especially given that before the two came to know each other, Hanako had no friends to speak of. The friends I had in my previous school fulfilled what I had expected of them, for the most part simply being there for idle chatter. But in Hanako and Lily, there really feels to be more to their relationship. A part of me envies it, but another can't ignore the fact that the school year will eventually end. After graduation, I really have no idea what Hanako will do. This trip has shown me just how much we've all come to depend on one another. Indeed, we're all going to have to make decisions. Maybe that's the reason why, despite our return to the school also heralding a return to the normalcy of everyday life, I can't help feeling a little restless. Excuse me, my mouth is getting dry for some reason. On the bright side, it won't take long for the summer holidays to arrive after our exams are finished. We could come back here during the summer holidays if you want. For a moment she thinks on the notion, her face becoming somewhat distant. I can only guess she's reflecting on all that's happened here. That would be good, I think. I nod approvingly, smiling at her. Summer, together with Lily. This idea seems like the perfect way to spend our holiday. Oh! Act 4? Maybe? Yes! I don't see it. I'm being serious. I have like... Can I not see the picture? Oh, my thing is crashing. What the fuck? I am sorry for this. I don't understand. Why is it crashing? I am so sorry, people. I have next to no idea why it was crashing. 22. Wow. Okay, Katawa Shoujo, I get it. Can you go on? What the hell? Oh, great. Oh my god, it didn't save! Are you fucking with me? Why would it freeze? Alright. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see anything of Act 4 because the stupid thing decides to freaking freeze. But, yeah, so that was Katawa Shoujo Part 35. Hope you enjoyed it. The good thing is I'm not that far behind. I could just skip through it. So, yeah. But, so, I guess in the next part we're going to be going into Act 4. But, yeah, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys again for Pokemon Randomized Platinum Part something on Wednesday. So, see ya!